Big E has got to make a big career decision soon. AEW is set to debut a new look on Dynamite and Rampage, and Shawn Michaels has commented on having one more match. Stay tuned for the news. We're back once again. The boys are back in town.
With the ill behaviour, with the ill behaviour.
Keep going.
With the ill behaviour, People damage it, power to the people.
You've got many talents, Tom. That is
not one of them.
Well, I'll let you make a judge. Let the comments judge that one. But we're back. We're going to jump right into things because one of the best talents on the WWE roster for the past 10 years has been Big E. Unfortunately, in March, he suffered an injury, broke his neck, and he's been out of action since then. But Big E has recently spoken with These Urban Times about his recovery, saying, I have to get some more scans at the 1 year mark in March, and we'll see how everything is looking. We'll see from there. My C1 is broken in 2 spots, so we obviously have to be very smart about that, and I was very fortunate. I want to make sure I'm making the best decision for myself. We'll see in March. I feel great. I'm really thankful for that. I don't have any nerve issues, no strength issues, no impairment whatsoever. Obviously, to get back in the ring to do what we do, I want to make sure my C1 is rock solid. Other than that, I'm very blessed. I feel great. Now, he's got a big decision come March in terms of how his career is going to progress, because a neck injury is very tough to come back from.
It really is, and a broken neck as well, a broken freaking neck, if you will. Thank goodness that Big E is at a point where it seems like his recovery has gone incredibly well.
Yes,
and I'm really, really delighted to see that. It was 2022 was a tough one because Big E he was WWE champion for what 20 hours in 2022.
Yeah, and right. He lost it day one.
And that was it when I did the title retrospective of this year. Like, that happened this year. It did, didn't it? He started the year as WWE champ, and then obviously the neck injury that kept him out of WrestleMania, threw a few plans through the mill a little bit. But I'm so happy that his recovery is going well. Next year, and now it's the funny one because you'll normally hear wrestlers at this point after like a broken neck or a major injury going, can't wait to get back. I'm ready to go now. I'll beat you up now. But Big E is being rightly cautious.
Yeah.
And isn't outright saying like, you know, I'm going to definitely get back in the ring. He says he's keen to, but he's like, I'm going to make the best decision. It might be a case that we come to March and he goes, you know what? Maybe this is my time to come away. He did some stuff with WWE and their tryout in August where he was working with some next in line recruits.
Which is a fantastic sign that from between March and August he healed enough to be able to just go and work with them. Not get back in the ring, but go and work with them and be walking about with a broken neck and still active.
But what it means as well is that he's going to have options should he choose not to wrestle again.
Yeah.
It'd be devastating if he doesn't, but he will have options should he choose not to. I just want what's best for Big E. I think he's a phenomenal human being.
He's got such a fantastic brain on him in terms of like the industry. He could do so many things. As you said, there's so many spots that he could fill. Like he could be back on TV helping the New Day. He could be down in NXT helping the next batch of talent come up. I feel like WWE won't let him go easy. I think getting back in the ring will completely be his choice. They're not going to push it. We know WWE is very, very good with concussions and sort of career-ending injury sort of type situations, such as a broken neck. I feel we will see him eventually back in the ring. That's my heart saying. My mind is saying that maybe this will be him calling it a day and just knows I'm not going to risk it. I'd rather walk when I'm older.
We'll always have a soft spot in our heart for Big E since I believe, do correct me if I'm wrong, he's the only acting WWE World Champion to be interviewed on Cultaholic.
I believe you're correct.
We had a chat with him while he was WWE champ, and he had the belt over his shoulder. I'm pretty sure it's the first time we've ever spoke to the reigning WWE champion at Cultaholic. So thank you for that, Big E.
There you go, Big E.
Find out the YouTube channel; it's still there for you.
It's still there.
It's waiting for you.
And if you're watching, Big E, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Be well, brother.
But we're going to switch things up a bit. We're going to look at AEW because AEW is getting a new look. They're going into 2023. Tony Khan has been speaking all things about Dynamite. He says on TV Insider, what, Tom? What does he say?
Well, can you read that? Because I've just remembered I need to go through the Radio Times and circle all the things I'm going to watch over Christmas.
Fantastic.
Can you do that while I do that?
Go for it.
Thanks, mate.
Tony Khan says, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag necessarily, especially so close to the big day. But at the start of 2023, we're going to open the year on Wednesday, January 4th, with the first Dynamite in Seattle, making a full year of Dynamite on TBS. We'll definitely have a new look, to say the least. I'm excited about it. I think it's a nice thing to present to the fans, but frankly, I found more so than ever, the more you talk about these things, when you build them up, you don't want to create expectations that are impossible. I will say the set will look beautiful though, which I think AEW could do with a brand new look. It's had the same sort of visual style since the very start. Now, granted, they had at the start the crowd sort of be very well lit. They were lit.
Lit as the kids say.
They were lit. Hit a dab, Tom. Hit a dab. Lit. That's it. But then they sort of changed that. They sort of darkened the crowd and they gave the crowd a lot less depth. I prefer the well lit up crowd.
I prefer when the crowd is lit on a Dynamite. It looks really
nice.
special.
Now, they could have changed that because maybe they're not selling out the seats enough that they want to show off, or just generally they just wanted to mix things up. My one worry is that the company TBS and Warner might want to make it look more WWE like.
That was, do you know what? It's funny that you said that, because that was my thinking as well. Yeah. Whether they would have looked at what WWE do and go, can we make it feel more like that?
Can we get some LED boards everywhere? Whereas like,
can we have one big screen?
Yeah, I mean,
no, don't AEW.
Don't do that. I hope they keep the two separate tunnels.
I love the face and heel tunnels.
That needs to stay.
Because they've done some really good little bits of storytelling, a bit of dichotomy with that. I really like that, where you'll have a guy like almost go towards that one and go, and he's like, you can have some fun with that. Yeah. So I love the face and heel. It's every time I watch Dynamite, my heart flutters a little bit. It's partly the heart palpitations, but it's mainly because it reminds me of Invasion 2001.
Yeah, with the two sides.
With the Alliance and the WWF engine. I love it.
It reminds me more of TNA with the two tunnels, and I love that.
Oh, yes.
I feel they need to keep the two tunnels. Maybe just update how the set looks. Maybe because they've had the same look for the entire time.
Could do with a refresh.
Give us what it looked like at Grand Slam. Although that is LED boards everywhere, but I like that look.
Maybe somewhere, yeah. Let's not diss the LED boards entirely, but let's not make it only LED boards.
But Dynamite is not the only thing that's going to be looking different. What else is going to be looking different?
So Rampage, of course, is going to change as well, because obviously they filmed them all at the same time. So Tony Khan, 2TV Insider, says the look of a Rampage will also be different. This will affect the way people view AEW on Wednesdays and Fridays in terms of presentation, with the set and the show with the same great action. It's part of a push for AEW to reimagine and redefine Rampage. It's been a bit of a rough year for Rampage. It's kind of what was meant to be like a second flagship show for AEW kind of became a bit of a Dynamite overspill.
Yeah.
And I believe that time slot and that company with that roster can make Rampage must watch. They really, really can.
What I find interesting there, though, is it is taped after Dynamite. How different is it going to look? He's pinpointed that it will look different.
Different color scheme.
That's what it's going to be.
Different color scheme.
But
anyway, that's fine. That's fine.
A new look isn't the only thing coming to Rampage, Tom, because on tomorrow's AEW Rampage, we've got a new gimmick match. It's the Three Kings Casino Trios Royale, a gauntlet
with
match
cheese.
in the spirit of the previous Casino Battle Royal contestants, where the winning team bags $300,000. Whoa, I could do with that. Do you want to list off the competitors?
Yeah, listed so far: the Blackpool Combat Club, the Dark. Also, so that's and that's quite a big start. That is the BCC.
Yeah,
Dark Order are going to be represented as our Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. LFI will be in there. Kip Sabian and the Butcher and the Blade. AR Fox and Top Flight. They had some magic the other week. Do that again, please. If you were worried about the Trustbusters, you should be, because Ari Daivari is teaming with the Varsity Athletes. Also, the new combo, the Spanish Announce Project, will be competing. Now, they got some grief.
They did.
And Halico and friends, they got some grief online from the Spanish Announce team, which was a tag team from TNA, and it was a horrible reminder that I am the elder statesman of Cultaholic, because I went, oh, that's good, we should talk about that, and everybody in the office went, who's the SAT?
Sorry. I'm sorry to the SAT.
And then I went, they did stuff on TNA in 2003. Ah, right, you were all like 4.
Yeah, sorry, Tom. I'm really sorry, Tom.
Fine. Time continues to crawl on.
Constantly goes on.
Running out of Christmases, Fraser.
God, yeah.
Thanks for the reassurance. You
But
got loads more.
anyway, we discussed yesterday there were some NXT talents backstage. We've got an update on that. Fightful Select reporting that those that were spoke to have been very happy with the buzz that NXT talent have gained working on main event and have wanted them in the show in general. Really, Axiom versus Mustafa Ali was on main event, and Cedric Alexander versus Andre Chase was also on main event. Was produced by Shane Helms. It looks like they've done really good things. I really hope Andre Chase gets a call up. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
So is Axiom. Axiom's great as well.
The thing that is worth pointing out here, that as good as they both are, and as hopeful as we are for call-ups, what Fightful talked about last week is that these NXT talents appearing on main event doesn't necessarily mean that a call-up is imminent. What they're doing now is they're just using it to see how they look, get a feel for their characters on the main roster, and for the NXT stars, it kind of gives them a little bit of a boost, a little bit of an emotional bonus, if you will, to go, we're going to put you on main event and see how you get on the main show where the lights are on brightest. So I think there's a lot to gain from that. So I don't know whether it means that I can't see Axiom getting called up at the moment, and as much as you love him, I cannot see Andre Chase getting called up at any time soon.
Big fan of Chase U.
Yeah, I know you are.
But we'll move on to the AEW Dynamite news here just now. Shawn Michaels was I don't want to say mentioned. The fans love Shawn Michaels.
Well, he was mentioned because Bryan Danielson did a thing where he talked about William Regal and mentioned that before being trained by Regal, he name dropped some earlier trainers, including Rudy Boy Gonzalez and Shawn Michaels from the Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy, now known as the Texas Wrestling Academy. And this got an HBK chant on AEW.
People were chanting for him,
just in time for Christmas, an HBK chant on AEW Dynamite DE. But of course, Bryan Danielson, fans of a certain vintage will know that he was part of the Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy. And what an alumni, like Paul London, Brian Kendrick, Lance Cade, Masada, Hernandez, Matt Bentley, the cousin of Shawn Michaels, Milano Collection AT. Like, those are some great names that came out of Shawn, just a few that came out of Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy. And also, Shawn Michaels had his first match back as part of Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy.
His first in his retirement phase.
Yeah, he had a match sort of a lesser-known match in the late 90s, early 90s. I can't remember which. Yeah. And then he went on to have the one with Triple H a few years later.
Well, speaking on Shawn Michaels having one more match, or his first match back from a retirement, he's commented on the potential of having another one. We covered the fact that Kevin Owens pitched a match to Michaels. And we've got an update on that. Speaking on Culture State, Shawn Michaels was asked if he might do one more match like guys as Steve Austin, Ric Flair, and Ricky Steamboat have all done. He says, I've had that final match. No. Father Time waits on no man. I'm good. I'm unbelievably happy with my career, and it is now time to watch the next generation flourish. I think we all want to forget his last match. I'm afraid.
Yes,
I've covered it
then
on the channel.
Why did you cover
shows.
it then?
Well, we'd covered it on Worst Shows Ever, so you can go and watch that on the Crown Jewel 2018 one. I think Shawn is doing a fantastic job in NXT, and I don't think he needs to get back in the ring.
I don't think
if he was to get back in the ring, make sure it is with Kevin Owens, because he gave Stone Cold a great match, and obviously Stone Cold's one hell of a worker, but I think Kevin Owens was a big part of that.
Yeah,
him and Shawn could do great things.
Do you see? Okay, maybe even if not a match, do you see Shawn Michaels doing anything physical?
Yes. Yeah, I think he will probably get physical on NXT. You'll have the heat that Grayson Waller could get by attacking Shawn, and having Shawn being like, "I'm not going to get back. I'm not wrestling," and then you can build up someone that Shawn Michaels handpicked.
Shawn Michaels chooses somebody.
Yeah, that's a big rub.
I love that. I love the idea of Grayson Waller attacking Shawn Michaels.
It feels like something he'd do. He's a wronging.
He's a naughty Australian.
He's so good though. Right, that is it. We're done with the news.
And you're done.
I'm done
with the news.
Yeah, I'm done with the news. It's going to be you.
You'll be on the podcast this week. Though.
I will be on the podcast this week, so check out that.
It's going to be a great one because of Fraser Porter.
It's off for Christmas, and you're on your own.
Tomorrow is solo news with me because somebody used all their holiday to go and ask someone to marry them.
To be fair, that's a worthy cause.
It was worth it. So you've got me over Christmas pretty much.
So for the last time in 2022, we will see you later. See, that's